guys, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Welcome, Virgo. And welcome, cross watchers for Virgo. And if you're brand new to the channel, happy to have you join us. Guys, we are still in the energy of the full moon in Capricorn. And I did upload a reading for it yesterday, so not too late to create your own full moon ritual. It's a big one, so the instruction that I give, it's time-stamped, but the astrology that I speak about at each new and full moon, this full moon was longer because it was a more powerful full moon. So take advantage, you know, if you're interested in astrology, if you're interested in moonology, you get a lot of information here. I curated from the best astrologers out there. I am an astrologer by training, but I'm at a lower level than people that have been doing it 20, 30 years. So I still curate all my information. So go check that out, okay? I'm pulling from Healing Spirits Oracle. Let's see what message comes through for you today. Card 34, 3 and 4 is 7, so I love the mystical energy of the number 7. It's a spiritual number. It's associated with the 7th chakra. It's magical. Don't fear change. Embrace it and grow. Don't fear change. I will accept that. I received that message myself. So let me pull it up from the guidebook. And the messages in this guidebook are brief but impactful. It says, change is a large part of the human journey. And in order to grow, you have to know change at some point. The wise spirits, sages, and masters know that everything in the human world is impermanent and will therefore change. And because of this, they accept transformation. Watching life evolve over time has taught them that those who learn not to resist evolutionary changes will always survive, whereas those who struggle with them will not. It is because life is always changing that so many lessons can be learned here. Now is not the time to concern yourself with being right or wrong. It is time to change and adapt. Accept this and you will grow. You already know this in your heart. Ooh. And for those of you with the Virgo energy, you're already accustomed to this because Virgo is a mutable sign. Mutable means changeable, adaptable. So if you have Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, if you have Virgo North Node, whatever your Virgo energy is in your chart, you already know in your heart. You've got to be open to change. You've got to be adaptable, right? If you're here as a cross watcher for Virgo energy, you can accept this too, because if you're riding with somebody who's changeable and mutable and adaptable, you kind of got to ride that wave, right? And be open to it and not rage against the machine of change. Don't fear change. Embrace it and grow. Card number 7, it's spiritual. Card number 34, which reduces to a 7, is what I should have said. Okay, lovely message. Also, I did the July 2025 Love Tarot Monthly Energy Update, and that's the reading where I take, for those of you who are new, I take the month week by week for your person, for you, for your connection, and I do Oracle, I do the tarot spread, and then I do the astrology for the whole month, kind of overlaid over the tarot spread. So, and July is a powerful month astrologically speaking. So if you missed it, go watch that. I would watch that first, and then I'd watch the full moon reading. Those are your marching orders. All right, let's jump in. I'm doing a twin flame soulmate spread where the focus is kind of on, you know, your connection in terms of blocks and how to navigate them. So let's see what we get. Your energy. Ooh. Yeah, you're open to change because this is a card of reconciliation. of compromise, of negotiation, of kind of meeting in the middle. What's the block here? Oh, yeah. There's still some heartache, some wounds, some hurt feelings at the very least that might be getting in the way of that or blocking it. Your person's energy, well, hello. There's a lot of love here. And what's the block for them? 10 of Pentacles. So it has something to do with the future for them. Even though you may be the love of their life, there may be a block around what the future holds for the connection. And that may be where the pain is coming through. So let's see for the connection, 10 of Wands. Well, you know, full moons are about release. And the 10 of Wands is about releasing a heavy burden so that you can actually get the relief that comes with that. So it's time to offload a heavy burden in this connection, to release some negative karma, something that's weighing the two of you down that might be creating this block. The divine message: you're both miserable without each other. A lot of sadness here. Feeling emotionally disconnected from each other. The opportunity, King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles figured prominently in the full moon reading in two pretty important spots, so be sure to watch that. And so, yeah, King of Pentacles is about that energy of this person showing up for you, of someone that has your back, that, you know, is reliable and predictable. It is about that life partnership, right? Someone that you can walk through life with. And so the opportunity may be coming more from someone who is struggling with the construct of how things may unfold for the long term. Okay. Remember, this can come through reversed, so even though I'm saying you, and I'm doing a Virgo reading, this could be the Virgo energy, right? You just have to take it as it resonates for you, because it's a general reading. I do offer private readings. The link is always below every video. All right, here we go. 6 of Wands. Sun. 4 of Swords, Emperor. I do feel you believe, you know, with some healing, you could absolutely, and with some healing and some compromise comes the happiness. You definitely want to make it work with this person, with your divine masculine. I feel like you're ready at this point to meet them halfway, to forge some sort of win-win outcome where this can be a truce, this can be finding peace, this can be that meeting in the middle where at least you both have an understanding and get your needs met in some way, right? Does this work for you? Yeah, good. Okay, it works for me too. Then we're on the same page. Yeah, okay, can we move forward now? Good, got it. To see what I mean? It doesn't have to be about what you give up. It's more about where you're both in agreement, so it's a jumping off point, if that makes sense. And that's where some healing can come in and the happiness can sort of take hold. So that's how you're showing up. The block to that, 3 of Swords. Six of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, hello Virgo, and the Empress. Yeah, I feel like, remember the cards from the bottom are what you can't see, because it's either playing out behind the scenes or it's in an unconscious status. It's in your bones, in your unconscious awareness. So there's something that I feel like you're open to it, but it's like suppressed. Because I feel like you're sort of imagining or perceiving that you're all alone in this. It's hard to get beyond the pain. It's hard to get to the calmer waters. It's hard to get to the peace of mind to envision it, right? To perceive that you'll ever be beyond the pain, because you're feeling very much alone in it. And as Empress energy, divine feminine energy deep within you, you might be open to the reconciliation, but the block is that consciously you're feeling very much alone in the situation. And it's hard to then get beyond. This is a get beyond card, a move to calmer waters. It's hard to imagine how you do that on your own, which is why you need, also in your unconscious awareness, this person to sort of play out their part in the reconciliation. Their energy, Ace of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. Hermit. Seven of Wands. Well, they know, I mean, and consciously they know that this love takes work. This gift, even though it's a gift from Spirit, it takes work. That there's something that needs fixing here, that there's something that needs their focused attention, their effort. If there's a problem, it needs a solution. Hermit, there's a growth pattern here for this person. There's a process, maybe not a pattern, a process. They've been on a journey, they are on a journey. Maybe you've been at some distance from each other. There might be some kind of reclusivity here. This person may be not very approachable, or they're just acknowledging that it's been a solitary experience for them. And from the bottom of the deck, on an internal level, the Seven of Wands, there's some resistance. There's something that they're resisting. As much love as they feel, and as much as they're learning that this is going to take some work and some effort to repair, to fix, to resolve, there's something that's, you know, they're kind of pushing back a little bit against. So let's see what the block is. Ten of Pentacles, there's the Four of Cups, Seven of Cups, King of Wands. Well, hello, Leo. We've got some Leo energy coming in here. Very common in Virgo readings. Yeah, they're miserable and confused. I think deep down inside, again, from the bottom of the deck, deep down inside, they want you. They want a future with you. But there's a lot going on in the middle here that's keeping, you know, that's got them sort of, yeah, like resistant. I don't think defensive. I definitely think resistant, because there's misery here. There's sadness here. There's emotional overwhelming confusion. So many options, so many things to have to process on an emotional level, that sometimes what happens is a person, you know, all this water kind of puts out the fire, if that makes sense, kind of, you know, just douses it. And if this is a person who acts on their passion, and then when they're faced with what they need to kind of work through, and they've really done a lot of their inner work, and they see the reality of the mess, right, that's been created here, and the disappointment and the estrangement, even on an emotional level to some degree, this takes a back seat. And the resistance settles in. So I definitely feel like this person is blocked by, like, can't see the forest for the trees, What's right in front of them is the misery. What's right in front of them is the emotional overwhelm. They're in the weeds of the fields, so they can't see the future and what it could be. I hope that makes sense. So for the connection, it makes sense that we have the Ten of Wands. And Five of Swords, Four of Wands, and the Hanged Man. There's Neptune. Neptune's retrograde now in Aries, so things can be foggy and confusing. Everything's kind of in a standstill for you here. Like in limbo. Feel whatever has happened in this connection. You may feel defeated, like you got set up, and this person may feel like it's too much for them to repair it, right? Too much for them to repair. So if they self-sabotaged, let's say, and then you felt set up by that, that's a lot to repair. Because look what it interfered with. The beginning of life partnership, where it all begins. And this person in the block is looking at the Ten of Pentacles, like down the road, like how do we build the life together? How do we walk that path for the long term when this has already been, I screwed the pooch, like we're off to a pretty bad start. That's why the Ten of Wands here is the offloading of that. This has to be resolved. It's getting to weigh this down. And there's such beautiful energy between the two of you that unless or until you do something about it, it's like you're in limbo. You're actually just hanging there. So I'm not surprised to see the Hanged Man. And the fact that it's from the bottom of the deck suggests that it's the energy between the two of you at 5D even, is that you're in just a perpetual pause. Nothing's being resolved. Nothing's made worse, but nothing's made better. We're just kind of hanging there. You're hanging in the pain. You can't move beyond it without this person's help. They're resistant to fixing anything because they're overwhelmed by how much needs to be fixed. Got it? And in the meantime, this is all about to break both your backs. It's just too much of a burden here. So let's see what the message is from Spirit. The divine message is the Four of Cups. Two of Wands, what do you want? Ace of Wands, this is your chance. Justice, bring back the balance and the harmony, level the playing field, focus on the fairness, do it now. You're both miserable with each other, so that's what's equal. That's what, we got in the scales here. You're miserable? Okay, yeah, you miserable? Yeah, got it, all right. That's level. Now, what do you want in a world of possibilities? What do you want? What do you want? Oh, okay. That sounds similar. Good. Here's your gift from Spirit. Ace of Wands. Reignite the torch of passion and move from here. So there's a message that's trying to talk to you about where you can find the first step to the balance. Where you can see that things are equal. Messes can be cleaned up. Messes can be cleaned up along the way. But I feel if you're focusing on what was out of balance, instead of focusing on what is in balance, where there is something that's level between you, that if you both agree that you're both miserable, if you both agree that you want the same thing and you want to walk the same path, if you both still feel some passion for each other, right? All those things are keeping the scales of balance equal. You want it, they want it, you want it, they want it, you want it, right? And so we go from there, and Spirit says, here you go. You just have to take the Ace of Wands and run with it. So I feel like that's the message. It's sort of an acknowledgement of where the balances exist to shift. It's like a paradigm shift, if you will. And then in the opportunity, we have the King of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. I was hoping she'd come out. I was hoping. And the Magician. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That makes me feel, now I'm in joy. I'm in joy for you. And please feel that. Like, don't fear change, embrace it and grow. This is a paradigm shift. That's what your change is, right? It's nerve-wracking for sure, but look at you, King and Queen of Pentacles. You're both angsting about the same thing. You're both angsting about the same thing, and Spirit's showing you where there is a level exchange here, where there is balance, where there is harmony to be found. And you're both losing sleep over the same thing, but there you are. Even your positioning, kind of looking at each other, right? King and Queen of Pentacles, power couple in 3D, ready for each other in 3D. And what's being resisted is you don't feel you can move forward and get beyond the pain without this person's help. And they feel they've made too much of a mess of things to be of any help, right? So get your manifesting game together here. We got the Magician. You guys have all the tools you need at your disposal to pull this thing out, to make it what you want it to be. And so we are in a very powerful full moon right now. There are some things that you need to release. And I'm here to tell you, if you release it on your side, if you say, and even if you've already done a full moon ritual, that's okay. Do another one. And this one is with this 10 of Wands. Let the universe know you are now releasing the burden of any negative karma between you and your beloved. Take this and make it your own, of course. That you seek to release them from the burden as well. That you open the channels of communication and an exchange of positive energy. You let them know that, you let the universe know and this person know that you wish them restful sleep, and to meet them in astral travel. You set, clarity to clear and release anything that's in the way of manifestation, right? Because it's a full moon, it's about releasing things that are in the way, so that when we get to the full moon in Leo in 2 weeks, new moon in Leo on the 24th of July, new moon in Leo, you will be ready to set some powerful intentions for calling in what it is you both want. Because you're miserable without each other. You're miserable. You're both miserable. That is what I have for this part of the reading. In the extended, we're going to look at this, Emperor, King of Wands, King of Pentacles. It's all the same person. So I'll just call it the Emperor for now, since I feel this is an Emperor, Empress, divine masculine, feminine reading for sure. It's got some twin flame vibes. In the extended, I'll go through looking at their perception of you, their feelings for you, their intentions toward you. What are they getting from you? Like, what's the payoff here? Why are they still energetically invested in this? What's their level of fulfillment, intimacy-wise? Where is this thing headed? Okay, so that's what we're doing, and the links for that are below. Also, if you've enjoyed the reading so far, and you haven't yet done so, why not? Please subscribe. And click the bell. The bell just means that when you're, sitting around, it'll just kind of scroll up on your phone. You'll see like a little thing like that, and it just, little YouTube signal that says Laura's posted another reading I just turn the noise off so I don't get a ding, but I see it. It really does help the channel grow to have the subscribers and to have the notifications. It really does help. So that's my ask. Thank you very much. Here's the astrology that showed up for your reading. Sun is Leo. Emperor is Aries. Nine of Pentacles, Virgo. Empress is Venus, Taurus and Libra. Hermit is Virgo. King of Wands is Leo. Hangman is Neptune, which rules Pisces. Justice is Libra. King of Pentacles is Taurus. Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn full moon. And Magician is Mercury, which is stationing retrograde on the 17th. Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini. So that's what I have, and we have your beautiful oracle. Don't fear change, embrace it and grow, card 34, and I'm headed to the extended. I'll see you there in a second. Bye for now.